Hello and welcome to the eFresh.com meat, poultry and egg news. Today is the 21st of October. My name is Kim and these are this week's headlines. State flock halved in dry battle. Ban on U.S. beef expected to be relaxed. Scotland declared free of bovine TB. Blueprint to grow West Australia beef industry. RP to keep tariff rates on hogs and chickens. Tasmania's sheep flock has almost halved in the past 10 years. Drought has prompted culling and grazers have moved out of wool and into lamb production. Wool prices have fluctuated dramatically over the past decade, and consumer demand for lamb has made prices soar. Tasmania's sheep production fell 45% between 1998 and June last year to 2.1 million heads. A widespread culling of sheep during droughts in 2002 and the three-year historic dry spell from 2006 contributed to the fall in sheep numbers. What proportion of the population is now being bred for meat instead of wool is the subject of a Meat and Livestock Australia survey. The trend is happening right across Australia, with the national sheep flock falling to its lowest level in more than a century. Taiwan is expected to reopen its doors soon to imports of U.S. bone-in beef, shredded beef, some beef offal, and other beef products, after Vice Premier Eric Lillian Chu made public promise that consumers' health will be safeguarded. Chu made the promise while answering questions from the legislator Hao Shai-feng of the ruling Kuomintang at the Legislative Yuan, who expressed concern after President Ma Ying-jeou said his administration had come close to a consensus with the United States on the beef issue. It means the country is coming close to relaxing restrictions against imports of the controversial beef products from the U.S., which reported its first case of mad cow disease in 2003, prompting its major Asian trade partners, including Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, to reject all its beef products. Scotland was declared officially free of bovine tuberculosis by the European Commission. The move heaps pressure on England to tackle a cattle disease that has significant implications for human health and which has reached endemic levels in parts of the country. The Commission's decision allows Scotland to impose tough new rules on livestock shipments that will demand cattle are checked for BTB both before they are moved from the farm of origin and once they arrive on farms north of the border. The Scottish government is in discussions with the industry on the exact form the rules should take. European vets had agreed the BTB-free status for Scotland last month, but the EC had to ratify it. Western Australia beef producers were told there was a light at the end of their very dark tunnel by Agriculture Minister Terry Redman, as he rolled out a blueprint for the embattled industry's future. One of the key recommendations from the Beef Stocktake report was the creation of a roundtable to promote ideas producers hope will improve their bottom line. Local farmers have continually been frustrated by low farm gate prices in Western Australia, compared with their eastern states' counterparts. Williams beef producer Gordon Atwell said the government was capable of delivering a positive outcome for the industry, but it needs to move quickly because they cannot afford to slide much further. Any delays and it will end up with a shortage of stock. The Philippines is seeking deferment of the tariff reduction next year under the ASEAN Free Trade Agreement, not only for rice and sugar, but also for livestock and poultry, amid calls from farmers who say they are not yet ready to compete with cheaper imports. The tariff for poultry at 40% and swine at 35% are supposed to be slashed next year, along with those for rice, sugar, and corn, to anywhere between 0 and 5%. But the steep tariff wall has not allowed the livestock and poultry industry to supply the country's requirement. About 20 million kilos of pork are due to arrive in 2 tranches in November to avert a possible shortage this Yuletide season. Another 5 million kilos of chicken would also be imported at about the same time. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com meat, poultry, and egg news. See you next time.